I'm Jeremy Greene. This is one take. This is my palette. This is the mountains. Let's paint them. And we're painting. Well, I'm gonna paint some trees and stuff and just kind of progressively build up toward the sky. So let's get some of these more foregroundy trees. We're just kind of making splotches at this point. I think that's kind of how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do an abstract representation of this beautiful scenery here. Okay, so we got some of the foreground. So now I'm going for some of the pine trees on that hill behind the front here. So I don't know. Okay, let's get a bunch of white. Get some more white in here. And some more yellow. Add that to the green. And see, it creates that kind of lighter color. It's kind of like the sagebrush in the very foreground here. Look at that, that's beautiful. This is how it just goes. What I'm doing, I'm putting the colors as I see them, kind of just on the canvas, and then I've got a little something I'm going to do after I get all the color placed. Put some purple flowers that aren't really out there, but now they are. See? I came hiking in Acorn Creek with my mom one time, and there were so many columbines just everywhere, and that really struck me as something beautiful and excellent. So this is kind of a remembrance of previous times. There's so much green out there. I think this is gonna look real nice, yeah. See, now the color is kind of graying out, which is what I was going for. You can see the trees, the tree trunks, they're kind of gray white. So, and we'll just kind of sporadically place those here and there and there and here, and you know. Let's get those mountains in there. Because when you're painting, whatever happens, you know. There are no mistakes when you paint, you know, it's good. Okay, so let's get some more white. Because there's still snow in them there hills. Yep. So we're just kind of gonna place some blue around in the sky area. It's important to use different blues when you're making a sky, I think, because it just looks more fun, more majestic, if you will. I don't know, but I do it a lot when I paint at home, so might as well do it now. Okay. You need white when you're making a sky. Because, you know, the cerulean blue is the best color to use for a sky, but it's too blue. So we're gonna lighten it up, make it more opaque, if you will. Okay, now, what I think I'm gonna do is I talked about it on my last episode, or 2 or 3 ago or whatever, but I'm gonna cross hatch it. Because that is just, it makes it look really neat. Just gonna and I'm gonna do it to the whole image, and then we're gonna call it good. I think it's like I said, it's abstract representation of Acorn Creek in the mountains and the fun. Okay, now you see how these colors, they start mixing. When you get into, you know, because it started with the blue, now I'm getting into the, you know, the purple in the mountains, or the brown, or whatever you want to call it, and see, but here comes the blue again, so we're good. And see, with the excess amount of blue that I used, it will kind of diffuse in and out of some of the greens that I have down here. And okay, so nice. So I'm down into the greens now, and they're mixing in with the blue, just like I said. It's like I know what I'm doing or something. What? Who would have thought? The white's mixing in with it. That looks fun. That's a kick ass. When I put the purple down at the bottom, it contrasts with the purple up in the hills and the mountaintops. And it creates a balance within the painting. I have been writing a story about my career as a painter and having a brain injury and all that and overcoming it all. And I've just kind of finalized it up with I did a painting at home in a way that was just new and different to the way I have been painting. And I turned the story into pretty much an artist statement about this final piece, and it's gonna be good. I'm hoping to get the story published, but we'll see. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm flipping it over so I can get this edge. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm just gonna keep cross-hatching like I have been doing. The second time through is a little more of a delicate process. You gotta push a little harder to smush the paint out so it covers up the areas, and yeah. Just kinda gonna redraw. I'm gonna redraw in the entire image over the color with this brush. I think that'll look good. I don't know. I added in yellow ochre while we were talking to that fella, and yeah, and kind of brought the mountains a little more out. So this looks pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is I like what happened with the cross-hatching and stuff, but I figure just keep working it, because I do a lot of paintings like that, and you know, different every time. That's what I'm talking about, you know. So yeah, green and purple, that makes kind of gonna get the meadow. I'm gonna get the meadow in here now. This field of sagebrush, it's so fantastic, and I'm gonna capture it, if you will. Well, because when I started, I was doing the cross-hatching, right? And that kind of obliterates all the representation, and but I felt like this is so beautiful. I felt like bringing it back in, so I don't know. I think this is good. Yeah, it's got a very impressionistic kind of a feel. Here I am, Jeremy Monet with the water lilies, more or less, in Lower Wyoming. Join us next time on One Take, and we'll go do something beautiful again, because that's what we'd like to do. Adios.